off with me sharing a contact experience which I had at Manchester. I think it's important evidence and information for you in terms of our disclosure and what's happening next in terms of the mobilization of the extraterrestrial races that are indeed aiding the planet. As you all know, Shasta is one of the 7 gateways to the central sun, and we keep on reiterating this, that we must mobilize to these gateways. You guys at Uluru, we are caretakers of several stargates as well within the context of that 7. I mean, this is time to mobilize. Now, I just want to say this. Despite any technology, we have a propensity to attach ourselves, whether it may be education, money, or resources that belong to the false matrix. I just want to share with you this. We are all sacred kings and queens. We are all sacred prophets, and we all have access to the timelines, our sacred timelines. Now, in this workshop, I delivered the evidence in terms of what initiations we must go through in order to have contact. My contact experiences are channeled. I am given the exact location and time. Those experiences are definitively not coincidental. I show up, and every time I show up in a contact experience, we have contact. Those who experience with us go on and have contact experiences. This is an intrinsic key to accelerating your consciousness, accelerating your awareness without any aid. Yes? Because definitive contact is an experience with God. And definitive contact means you have initiated so that you go beyond in terms of an education beyond. And I mean, when we do that, we're going to ignite our sacred destiny. We're going to remember the very reason we are here on the planet. Now, the conference presentations are fascinating in order to free ourselves. In order to free ourselves so we can understand reality, understand that we can be unlocked from the false matrix. Our primary resources are all free, okay? This is important stuff. The earth energy. 1 second. Asking a question around your purpose. What is my purpose? In fact, indeed, that is the immense key, the consciousness key, the reality key that allows you to be the gatekeeper. And I mean, you become the stargate. You become that missionary of light. You become that sacred partner to your sacred love. You become the parent who enables their children. You become the healer who enables each and every client you receive to help. Now, we can only help others if we go into taking deep self-responsibility. We do that work on the wound, and we consistently do it because, of course, we are impacted by the false matrix continuously. Our work must be immaculate. And I mean, you spoke of this in terms of what type of training. I mean, your mentors must not be students of this arena. Your mentors and enablers must be individuals who've gone way beyond the false matrix, unplugging it, and way beyond even seeking the answers in terms of what the next frontier is. It's about manifesting it, it's about living it, and it's about entering into these sacred experiences that completely recalibrate our minds our bodies, and our realities. Now, you spoke about whatever you spoke about. Your thing, sacred plant medicine. What if we can have access to our timelines? What happens if we can see and walk with our sacred destiny, so we can see to the end of our lives, at the beginning of our lives? We can see into our past lives, our future lives, and bring aspects of ourselves back into this now, back into this incarnation. Now, I am a mystery school initiate, and we have a mystery school. I travel far, far back, beyond the contamination, the distortions of the Romans and the Greeks. And I look to, definitively, the answers within the context of all the sites that I visit. Now, I visit Egypt often 20 times in every 2 years, perhaps. So I'm a site worker, I'm an earth grid worker. And what I do is I take people on experiences. My reality becomes your reality because I share it generously, because I've done that essential work on myself. So, as the gatekeeper, I generously share with you. So, this is my contact experience. And these experiences we share. We mobilize others to do the same. So, not talking about it, but living it as the reality that it should be for each and every one of us to completely revolutionize our vibration, our frequency, and indeed our reality. Sacred kings and queens. Yes? Because then we enter the solar path. And then we are channeling. We are accessing ourselves. We're throwing ourselves into the outer limits of reality. But we are drawing back the gift that is gold. The gold of alchemists. The gold of Hathor. Hathor is indeed the house of Horus. We stand as sacred kings and queens with our feet firmly in this reality. And we fly on the wings of the sacred. Indeed, we are the outer limits of the universe. And our sacred practices, which are found in the Egyptian lineages, in the ancient Egyptian technologies, those technologies reinforce and continuously allow us to enter and initiate again and again and again to always remember who we are, so we can break free of this false matrix that so many of us are passionate about and yet fail to continuously break through. It's time. Yes? Now, theory is not it. Yes? Our intelligence is now being called, and that intelligence is definitively so much more different than a 3D education. So, I call you all into experiencing intelligence and wisdom in new ways, and how we all initiate to see as dreamers and visionaries, so that we see ourselves, so that we can see others. I stood as a gatekeeper to my grandmother's death when I was 17, and I saw it 6 weeks before she passed, and I enabled her because I could listen to her stories. That was the change point in my life, which allowed me to dedicate my life to the work that I do today. That was an extraordinary experience, mystical and metaphysical. Those experiences demonstrate definitively that our lives on this planet can be magical and miraculous and will indeed bend time and the timelines. And this is not about intuition. This is not about being psychic. This is about being a time traveler and understanding your incarnations, incarnation after incarnation. And when we wake up, we can choose those incarnations, and we can consciously choose the direction of this planet. Now, in terms of my own contract, I remember in ancient times that what you spoke about in terms of Adam and Eve and the serpent, we knew in ancient times that the pathways would be hijacked because it is indeed written in the Dendera zodiac. So, whilst the Mayan calendar was being spoken about in mass phenomena during 2012, there was a little of a disclosure hijack in terms of the ancient Egyptian. The Dendera zodiac demonstrates the hijack that was Roman and Greek. So, the return of the divine feminine is ours. Again, these sacred warriors. There can be no metaphysics, no mystical, without that first house of the divine feminine. The serpent or the lion beings that we are inspired by as we remember the memories of this great technology, this great reality that allows us to remember that we are indeed star seeds. And we have original sacred contracts that we must return to. This is the work that I share with my husband in our mystery school. I definitively do not work with occultism. I am a gatekeeper, and I am a sacred initiate, and I am a sacred woman above all, living my life with a sacred man. And in that journey, we can discover more because our love allows us to fly ever higher, and we can go ever deeper because we know without fear we can trust each other so that we can penetrate the deeper density of the wound at times that we cannot see. And equally at the same time, when we visit sites, the technologies of those sites allow us to create the dream here. Saqqara is indeed the technology. So if we return to the first dynasties of ancient Egypt, you will find the pyramid text. It is here that the ancient Egyptians remind us we are all sacred shamans. The sacred shaman creates sacred heaven on earth. Now, something really interesting. At all of the sites that I work at, there's one technology that is free, and it is calcite, and it is an ascension technology that is encrypted with the memories of the sacred humanity. It is encrypted with the history of this planet, as are the Great Pyramids, if you seek to experience them directly. Yes? Now, those technologies are phenomenal scriptures if we are initiated to directly experience those monuments, those sacred monuments, as keys in initiating ourselves into a higher frequency, which will allow us to access our original sacred contracts. Huge stuff. So please do come and speak with us. so that you can perhaps understand better the legacy on this planet that is available to us free. It is free. Our earth, our planet, our history, our love, the technologies that take us beyond anything that is in the lower density false matrix. It's time to kick ass. Equally at the same time, self-care and taking responsibility for your wound, your thoughts, your feelings, and how you project your reality, and how as a consequence, when we don't take responsibility and when we're not grounded, we are projecting upon others in terms of the wound of the false matrix. So, the separation of Adam and Eve, no. We move back into the first house of the mystical, the first house of the sacred. And of course, it is the black star. It is the divine feminine, and it is the black star that David Bowie wrote about in his final departing gift to us when he passed a couple of years ago. So, to return to the black star is to consider the purpose that you created with God, and return to that. Return to that question always, because that is the intrinsic key to the most profound evolution you could ever experience. And we stop then thinking about how to solve life's greatest mysteries, and we begin to live in life's greatest mysteries as life's great mysteries. Now, the biggest ascension cover-up is of course ancient Egypt, because they were living it. Sacred love, sacred metaphysics, and they secured the timelines with meticulous detail because it is indeed written into the Dendera zodiac. It anchors in the time phase for now. It secured the sacred contracts for now. So for those of you who are considering mobilizing, you're part of the original sacred contracts, and it is truly time. We create beyond the false matrix because the elite power structure can do absolutely nothing about it now. They're screwed. They're screwed. Totally screwed. But you do need an enabler who can take you into the realities that secure your freedom forever. Can we just show that quickly? Thank you. I love you. Okay, this quickly is the contact experience. I mean, 23 minutes for me is like, whoa. Time and location is always given to me. This was a 90-minute contact experience, which is kind of usual for me anyway. Okay, full fleet, Shasta, Mount Shasta goes live, and I mean it's like boom! Here we are, here you are, let's party. For me, those experiences, I want to do consciously. Because doing these experiences consciously means I integrate them in my biology. My heart is changed. My frequency is changed. My mind is changed. Equally at the same time, it continuously checks my ego. Because you know what? The journey is eternal. And that allows us to fly at a great humbly thankful for the miracles of being human. Now, the most evolved experiences, spiritual experiences, will make you a profoundly practical human being, and that's it. You live it. So there isn't any lofty attachment to spirituality or anything else as that matter. You just are it. It's simply being. You simply are sacred reality. You simply are a sacred human being living on this planet in high frequency, living your journey, your sacred destiny with your soul flames who are seeking to do the same. And that's mobilization, guys.